before you accuse me of listening to music, this right here is my microphone. So, fun fact, this man, according to the Guinness World Record, this man has the record of spending the longest time adrift in the sea alone, with 133 days spent alone at sea, which is amazing and terrifying. So, hello, my name is Emiliano Jurado. I will be talking about, well, we'll get to that later. First, let me tell you a small story. One Saturday evening, I was enjoying my time playing video games when the power went out. Frustrated, I headed downstairs to my backyard to spend time with my dog. At the time, my parents were in the F. I was with my brother, but my brother left me by myself to go to his friend's house since there was no power. So, following the example of my older brother, I called my friends and told them about the situation I was in. I told them how I was scared because if you think about it, it was the perfect horror movie scenario. You see, I was gonna be alone in a big, well, not big house, but I was gonna be alone in the house with no power. The sun was setting, so complete darkness. My phone was low battery, so yeah, not really cool. And honestly, I'm not sure if there are demons or ghosts in this house, but I didn't want to figure that out. Luckily, a friend of mine was kind enough to pick me up and spend time with me. We spent time together while the power came back, which really helped. He saved me from the demons, and well, I couldn't actually tell my friends why I was scared. I wasn't scared because of demons. Well, eh, I was more scared of being alone with my thoughts. I was scared of being just me, my thoughts, and my dog in complete darkness. So, yeah, you see, now with COVID, the goal 3 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which is good health and well being, is being greatly affected, not just physically, but mentally. You see, more people are feeling more lonely than ever because we're forced to distance ourselves. And it's understandable why people are afraid of being alone. We humans are social beings, so it makes sense, right? And well, we've all experienced loneliness or being alone, one shape or another. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You see, there's why do we get lonely? There are two types of common loneliness. One is in which you're alone in a room, like I am at the moment. There's no other person in here or demon. I hope. It's just you. Who would have guessed, right? The second one is mental loneliness, in which you could be in a room full, crowded with people, and yet feel alone. You see, I won't be talking about both of them at the same time, in a way. Uh, so, it's not a big surprise that the lockdown has made us feel more lonely. So, in an article by Mental Health Foundation, it stated that in UK, 1 in 6 people felt lonely, about 16% of the population before lockdown. Now, after lockdown, it has tripled. Almost half of the population, about 44% of the population, feel lonely, which it's amazing. Well, not amazing, it's crazy. So, why do we feel lonely? There are many reasons behind the question. So many that we could be here all day long, only have 10 minutes. So, uh, normally it's because we're going through something's big or small. Right now, during these times, these stressful times, overwhelming times, it's stressful. It can make us feel more lonely. You see, some of us are going through difficult times. Some of us are losing loved ones. Some of us are losing our jobs. Others are having hard time with online school. It could be stressful and it can be lonely. It can make us feel like we hit rock bottom. But once you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up. Great movie, by the way. Would recommend. Did cry at the beginning. Yeah. So that leads to me to my next point, my experience. You see, I wouldn't be talking about this if I didn't have any experience with it, any personal experience with it. I'm not telling you my experience because it's unique or special. No, I want people to relate to. So, welcome to a new section I call Getting to Know That Stranger, starring me. Thank you, no applause needed. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, to start it off, maybe people can relate with me when I say that I'm not a very open person. I'm not honest with my friends and family. I don't tell them many things that go inside my head. So, I'm already feeling distance. I already feel distant between my friends and family. And with the lockdown, it made it worse. You see, at the moment, at that time, right now everything's a bit more stable, but at that time, at the beginning, my parents were trying to adapt to new circumstances of the COVID, trying to adapt to not lose their jobs. My brother doing his university stuff, and well, I'm basically by myself. Uh, but being the reasonable person, I decide, since I have nothing better else to do, I decide to figure out why I couldn't be open with my friends. Why I couldn't be honest. Instead of picking up a new hobby like any reasonable human being would do, I try to face my problems. Yay, maturity. Uh, but it's was a self journey. It led me to have a bit of an identity crisis. But yeah, it was a self journey in which I had to figure out the reasons behind it. I couldn't ask for help in this. I couldn't ask a person like, hey, can you explain the reason behind why I feel this way or why I'm doing this? They wouldn't know. They aren't me. So I felt alone. I felt the loneliest I've ever felt in my life, but it came out with good results. It made me understand myself better. I got to know myself better. And well, I might not be honest with my friends, but it did improve a bit. I was I might not tell them what I'm going through, but I might tell them what I'm feeling, in which they can help me in a way. I think an advice that I give or will give to you and my friends is no one knows you better than you. And you see, I like I like the concept of yin and yang. Why? In yin and yang, there's good and bad. In good, there's a bit of bad, and in bad, there's good. And feeling lonely or being alone might be something bad, but you can get something good out of it. It could be healthy. Like with mental loneliness, with examples that I gave about my experience, it can make you get to know yourself better, to be more mentally stronger, have a better version of yourself, to better yourself. In physical loneliness, we, I consider this the healthiest thing we can do. We are our truest self when we're by ourselves. You see, there's no eyes to see you, no ears to hear you. You're just by yourself and no one else can see you. You can be you. You can sing out loud. You can dance in a dumb way, embarrassing way. You can be you, which I consider to be the best thing. It's healthy to be alone every once in a while, you see. And to it's a good thing to be alone. It could be healthy. It can help you to be mentally stronger or be less dependent on others. It could be actually a really good thing. But as ironic as it might sound, this whole talk was about make people feel less lonely. You see, like I stated before, COVID has affected us. Many people are feeling lonelier than ever. So I'm trying to help people feel less lonely, to talk about my experience and find ways in which they can take advantage of the situations that they're in. That doesn't have to be bad, and well, that they're not alone in this. We are all going through something. Some are bigger than others, but that doesn't matter. We're all in a stressful situation. We are all in lockdown, so we can help each other. I might not like it, but the only way we could connect to each other is through our screens. So I did this talk to help you cope better with the feeling of loneliness and to make you feel less lonely. So, thank you for listening, and I hope I was able to make you feel less lonely.